Acha tupeane mic. So nani anasema nani anataka ku
kuna msanii anafanya. Wisdom Joe. Pigeni makofi Wisdom Music hapa. Yeah man. Wisdom ndio hii mic yako kwanza utuambie ni ukweli kwamba mimi nasema hivi inside. Ni kweli kwamba wasanii from what what you've experienced.
Because I've had it so many times.
Yeah, you've had quite the good year 2018. As late as 2 months ago ulikuwa pale Kivuana pale. So is it true kwamba industry unayonaje kuna wasanii wako na that element of pride? Is there mentorship lacking?
Ni kitu yenye tu styles amesema. Na feel hawa si wa support wale wasanii wanainuka. Ni wasi wachache sana wame support. Mse kama Nyashinski yeye ndio ameanzisha hii story. But mimi sijui msanii ameinua. Na ako na uwezo. Unaona? Yeah.
Na in terms of because unakumbuka ukitoa ngoma yako ya kwanza.
Yeah.
How did you get it to get airplay?
Mimi nilikuwa
changamoto gani?
Mimi nilikuwa mentored by Bahati, by the big up Bahati. Pigieni Bahati makofi. So sikupitia challenges time nilitoa hiyo song juu nilikuwa na mtu amenishika mkono. But before then nilikuwa nimetamak more than 4 years bila kupata msee anayenisaidia. Yeah, so naelewa hiyo struggle. Na pia hawa wasanii wenye wanaongea wakubwa wetu, naweza waita wakubwa juu mimi ni msanii mgeni. Wao wenyewe wa support yani. Hata ukiona wakitagiana hapo, aongeleshani. Unaona? Si ni ukweli wase? Kweli. Aongeleshani. Hata ukiona wakitagiana hapo. So hii imetuunite na tunashukuru sana. Mimi na support story ya Play Kenyan Music. But kitu kingine naomba wase tujitume pia huko nje. Unaona? Sijaona Nyashinski, Calligraph wakenda. Nimeshaona Calligraph but sijaona wasanii wengi hawa wakubwa wenye wana uwezo wa kusikizwa TZ wakienda kuinvade huko. But hawa wase wako wana invade huko. Msee akisikia tu wimbo yake imecheza huko unamuona huko. Yeah.
Kujituma, what he is saying is that wasanii wa Kenya wana uwezo mkubwa sana. Hata kushinda wengi wa Tanzania. But unakuta kwamba wasanii labda wa Kenya hawachukui hatua labda ya kwenda kuvuka boda, kwenda kufanya media tour. The other day nani was here, Maua Sama. Alisikia ngoma yake ina hit nini? She organized a media tour. That's why kila mahali utasikia yokote. Because she was here, you see. So now they invaded Kenya. Let Kenya invade Tanzania. Why can't we do that?
So basically we are saying in 2019 artists you don't have to like each other, but support each other.
Yeah, we do.
You see, no, I'm talking about artists now. See, umepigwa sana tulia. See, we are saying artists now. The people have complained. They don't reply to DMs. You ask a question, you meet them, they don't answer you. You ask them for a picture. If I want a picture with you, Willis, unaniambia sawa. It takes you 30 seconds. And so I think they need to be more courteous. That's what people are saying. More courteous, more responsible, because hiyo pesa unatengeneza kutoka kwa watu. Si ati ni wewe unatoa hiyo pesa kwa mfuko unaweka hapa. You put out music, you get a show, and then people attend the show and you get money. So I think it's a challenge to everyone.
I like to hear from, sorry, go ahead before.
Atiza juu ngoma za Kenya zichezwe juu
No, that's a different
kuchapa picha na msee.
That's a different tangent.
Like that's such a petty angle though. Like you ask.
But if the people are concerned about it, it's not a petty angle. I asked here, do artists ringa? What did the people say? Yes. That's the people. That's your opinion is that they don't ringa or they don't care.
Wacha tusikie the people hapa. Nani ako na hoja ya kuchojea?
Mnanizima.
Come through.
Kuringa.
But we need to be in that level.
Sana all gospel DJs. Mazee, yani wanacheza muziki yetu 90% na saa zingine ni 95 mazee. So tuwapigeni makofi. Na tunaomba hao wengine sasa kina mzazi waongezee kama mafans wetu wa gospel na industry yetu ya gospel imefeed mafans wetu na muziki yetu na wakakubali. pia hao wengine wakiwa feed muziki ya Kenya au mafans watakubali chenye wanapewa.
Exactly.
Sawa. Bena.
Facts.
Tuambie hoja lako.
Hi guys.
Hi.
Okay. Mimi naweza penda kusema hivi. Kitu hawa wasanii wakubwa wenye kwa industry kitu wanaogopa upcoming cause wanaogopa sisi tunaingia na accent yetu. Sisi tunaingia na sheng yenye inaeleweka. Sisi tunaingia na taste yenye watu wanaelewa mtaani. Cause that's why unapata ni hard sana msanii mkubwa kusupport. Cause wewe unaingia na taste tamu, unaingia yani na chenye watu mtaani wanaelewa. Yeye ana hiyo time ya kuelewa chenye wewe unasema. But watu mtaani wanaelewa chenye unasema. That's why ni hard sana wa kusupport kabisa.
So that doesn't mean that you know, artists don't do research, and even as we answer that, there's also another point in terms of revenue. You know, maybe there are many other platforms, like we said. Of course, the most popular being YouTube, but there is the iTunes, the Spotify's. You know, there is somewhere like, let's say again, sorry to use Nigeria, Wizkid, I think last year made about $1 billion from his Spotify and Tidal.
500 million from Kenya.
500 million was actually from Kenya, exactly. Davido's Ata Guatemala, his song is number 82 in the top 100 on iTunes. So is it that also artists are not packaging themselves well, so that corporates can also get involved? Promoters can tell us, okay, these guys now watch at December to gonna show ya purely Kenyan, which tele. Yeah, okay, I just said.
I think even here now we'll fault artists. Nowadays, in most urban places, guys have smartphones. So if you have an iPhone, you can access an Apple Music. If you have an Android, you can access Spotify. You have to change your VPN a bit, I don't know. So artists need to get into those platforms. In as much as we are trying to push for their airplay, even then they have to be proactive. I gave a very easy solution, which I don't know if it makes sense. I give an example. Let's assume his brother is a musician. They have a group, they cancel. If they cancel Chuck a hit song today, like actually the last song is a hit song. Imagine 500,000 Kenyans bought that song at 20 bob. That's 10 million direct on their phone. Everybody here and everybody outside, you go to your phone, 20 bob, that song, you just buy it instead of going to all these other avenues. Direct money to the artists. So even these stories of the bodies that are stealing money, I don't know if it's true or not, those ones, they will disappear by themselves. Because I know if I make a song as Joe, Willis will buy that song from me direct. Mzazi will buy from me. All these guys here will buy direct from me. So isn't that creating instant revenue
streams?
Is it a good idea?
Mm-hmm. It is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you know, and again, that boils down to what Ben has said with regards to mentorship. Okay, it's very unfortunate that there are artists who can be in the game 15, 20 years, and they have only 1 or 2 artists they've mentored. That means, what's your average? 1 artist every 10 years? That you can't tell me you're mentoring 1 artist every 10 years. Willis, I've mentored over 80 DJs right now, since I started DJing. It's not a threat. Artists believe it is a threat, but it's not a threat. Those young people you mentor are the ones who keep you relevant today, because you're still interacting with them, and there's a certain hash they give you. They keep you relevant till today. Artists are not mentoring as much as they should. And sometimes they do it just for, let me see, I've mentored a guy. Okay, I've mentored that one guy. yeah, that. Who did you mentor, P-Unit? When was that? 10 years ago. But I mentored. No. You have to have a line of people who are constantly. You have to surround yourself with young artists every day. Every single day. You have to surround yourself with young people every day as an artist to get that pure talent. And use those connections to bring them up. For an artist to walk to an unknown, for Wisdom, for example, who 4 years ago was struggling, to walk to Mzazi Willy Tuva and say, I'm a new artist, he won't pay as much attention, because the reality is he has 100 people walking to him. But if a big artist calls Mzazi and says, hey, Mzazi, listen, I have someone you need to listen to, he will leave here and go to that artist's studio.
Very true.
You understand? And that's what our hesh our bigger artists are not doing. They think, because I'll be honest, I sympathize with the producers. His witness. When we were at Capitol, we used to get, and those were the CD days, 50 CDs a day.
You had a big box.
Those are big box. 50 CDs a day. You can imagine, you still have to do your job, still have to prepare a playlist, and listen to 50 CDs a day. It's ridiculous. And that's where the big artists come in. They already are established. Red Sun should walk in and say, yo, Mzazi, listen, you know me, right? Wisdom is good. I want you to play Wisdom. He will listen. That's what we need.
That's what we need. All right, we'll take some feedback and then we can take some final comments as well. Responding to what you said, Joe, Jeff, who is a promoter pale, you know, those of you know him, Eldoret pale Club Timber, anasema he's one of the biggest promoters, and he says some artists enyewe wakona maringo sana. Trust me on this, it is not that easy. That is what he says. Acha niangalie some more, pole sana, some more feedback hapa hivi. Kuna mwingine anasema ati hawa sema mbona hawachezwi. Duoya anasema lazima maartists wapendane, Octopus na Calligraph watoe collab. Jose says, talking of media tours, Tanzania and Niger artists are able to do that simply because kwanza wame get support kwao, and then they get the cash to help them to organize. What of Kenya? There is no cash, hence we can't invade a country outside. And then mtu anasema hapa, we are fighting for Kenyan artists, but all they do is copy those Western music styles, while Tanzania and others in Nigeria appreciate their own local style and culture. So that's what they're saying on the hashtag 10OVER10. Maybe we'll start round from Teles. We'll take some final comments, because like Joe said, we've talked about the problems, right? But what are some of the solutions going forward?
I promised not to bring this up earlier, but I'll just touch on it lightly backstage. But I think one of the main reasons that artists are even up in arms right now is because they're simply not getting paid. And there are certain structures that are in place that are also failing artists. That's CMOs in Kenya, you know. But that's a story for another day, so we won't get too much into that. Also, I just feel like, because today, you know, the conversation today is just about appreciating our own music and playing more. And I think Styles gave a really gave a good point about how what the older generation of artists need to do to sort of uplift the upcoming artists. And I also want to add that even corporate Kenya, you know, I feel needs to do a whole lot more in terms of support. Brand managers, you need to stop looking too much at your ROI. Build. You work for multinationals, so what? Like, they're here paying taxes, you know. So how about use some of their money to just uplift our industry? It doesn't have to be musicians. It can be dancers. It can be actors. Find a way to just uplift the entertainment industry.
Zazi.
Yeah.
Can I say something also?
Oh yeah.
I'm from Taita Taveta, and I just want to say I'm really, really disappointed in my governor. And in Kitaita, all I need to say is madurako. Maskio zako. That it's really disappointing that he can't.
We're being honest.
No, we're being honest. He can't not know what Kenya, the difference between a Kenyan and Tanzanian artist is, even if we're on the border.
He was voted by Kenyans and he's singing a Tanzanian song.
No, exactly, and that's the
but he sang Maria at least. Anyway, I will conclude by calling upon artists to unite. Let's unite as Kenyan artists, but also radio presenters, DJs out there. Let's play more Kenyan music. And the fans out there, please, let's request more Kenyan. Kwa radio station, piga simu, tuma SMS, itisha mziki wa Kenya. And then pia wasanii, jitahidini pia kuweza kufanya mziki na kujituma. There are so many platforms to push your music. Kama ngoma yako haichezi kwenye redio, kuna other platforms, kuna social media, kuna waweza ka ngoma yako YouTube, Instagram, Viusasa. Unaweza kutuma muziki wako kwenye mitandao na ukaweza kuonekana. Pia tumieni mitandao vizuri. Kuna wale ambao wanatumia mitandao vibaya, by the way. Others look for cheap publicity ili waweze kupata fame. Let's use the right ways to get our music accessible to the fans. So let's play more Kenyan music. DJs, presenters out there, let's push for Kenyan music. Yeah.
Yes, my name. I'll touch on what Tele touched on a bit about corporates. I'd forgotten about that. Most corporates in Kenya, like the top 10 companies, Safaricom, KCB, Coop Bank, those guys make billions every year, like consistently, like it never goes down. Some have a few projects here and there, but I think they also need to reinvest in their arts. They make money from data from these young guys, right? Why not invest a bit of it? I'll use Safaricom because everybody knows Safaricom and they make the most money. Safaricom made crazy money as of last year. Yeah? How many billions? Was it 50 billion or something? If they just take like 100 million from that and just get it into the arts, the way that guy said, it doesn't have to be music only. Dancing, acting, people do so many different things. Just put money in there, at least to show that you don't have to have a staff party for 100 million. Tell staff party guys, Merry Christmas, hii imetosha. Give them a small bonus. You don't have to, that money can actually be used to do something else. Wasani, everybody keeps telling you work harder. If you're working hard, keep consistent. Radio producers, media people and DJs who don't like me anymore, it's okay, that's life. Hata Jesus hakupendwa na kila mtu. 2019, do better. Be a better person. Help other people. It does not cost you. They say when a candle lights another candle, it does not lose its own light. And the way he has said, mentor, if you can mentor someone, it costs you nothing. It's just you using your mouth giving someone advice. And that advice can either make or break someone's career, which is utabarikiwa, as they say. And as for us fans now, we need to stop taking in all the garbage that we're given. Let's be proactive. Go to YouTube, just type Kenyan songs, watch all of them, comment, like. The way people go to these other countries, I'm not mimi si Mkenya lakini this song is very hot, you know. The guys make fun of that. Go to their pages, like their content, their stuff. Go to their SoundCloud. Even us, let's be proactive. And in 2019, let's all buy music. Mtu asinunue CD kwa flash disk. Music kwa flash disk ama kwa CD. Let's buy music from the artists themselves. Let them get the money themselves. And when they do that, they'll get the cash. They'll get better videos, better producers. They'll have a manager. So the music industry, pole too, you'll see it in 4-5 years. We'll be fine. And DJs, support these guys. Don't look at me and say Joe is the bad person. I'm not a bad person.
You're a bad person.
Okay. but let's support these guys. It won't cost you anything. When you play 4 more extra songs in your set, will you be paid less? You won't be paid less. But you don't know what you're doing to impact that. You're giving these guys content. Na kuna mtu mali at some point atapata kakitu, you know. Yeah, and thank you for giving us this platform. Not many people could do this. Na kwa hayo machache asante.
Jo muhiri.
So in my opinion, I think we just different angles to it. Very solution based. Presenters and media houses, I mean, this goes out to you guys. Own it. Don't support. Don't now wake up tomorrow and say, okay, let's now do a Kenyan show. Kenyan music should be our playlist. Let's not do a Kenyan night. Not try to fill the quota. The music should be in our DNA. We should have it in us. Let's own it. Let's make it part of us. Let us be able to own Kenyan music, and to presenters and media houses as the gatekeepers. Change the narrative. Let's make it Mseto Kenya, okay? Let's take that big risk. Let's change the narrative, okay? And I'll tell you, it will pay off for sure, okay? To the older generation of artists, it's about time. A lot of you guys who've been in the game for the same amount of time. It's not time to to play around. Start supporting now, start mentoring now. Get those young artists. They need you more than you know. There is no school for artists. There's no way artists can go and say, I'm learning now to be a rapper. The only person they have is the older generation who are experienced. Take an artist, take 2, take 5, mentor them. For the corporates, we need you guys to support. To support. That money, don't take it to Nigeria, don't take it anywhere, and don't fill quotas. The problem we have in corporates is just filling the quota. Okay, it's Kenyan, let's do it. Support. Then the fans, you guys here, the fans, everybody in the building. We need you guys to love it. Our artists, let me tell you, our artists are not perfect, okay? Wanaringa kidogo. They are not perfect. They are not packaged the way other artists are packaged. They may not have the swag, but they are ours. So we have to love for what we have, because that's who we are. Again, like a lot of people say, there's no way, if I'm broke, I'm not gonna call Diamond, I'm gonna call Nameless, I'm gonna call Red Sun, and the others will come through. At the end of the day, they may not be perfect, but they are ours. So let's love them for who they are, and let's make them better. And then last, to the artists, you guys really need to step up. All this effort here is for you guys. You guys now need to step up, because if this thing goes past this, there'll be no other forum. Step up. Our artists, you guys really need to step up, support each other, give us what we're looking for. We're with you.
Or bloggers use Kenyan music as the background. Those guys with huge hits. Support. Don't be doing, maybe you're doing a face beating nini and you're playing other music. Play your own.
All right. Well, asanteni sana for coming through. Asanteni sana Tele, Mzazi, Joe Mujiri, Styles. Thank you so much for availing your time.
Wakumbushe tu kwamba listen to Mambo Mseto on Radio Citizen.
Mseto Kenya or
Mambo
East Africa?
Mseto.
Let's make it Kenya.
4 p.m. and understand this. Let's push the agenda together. So 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Radio Citizen.
Lastly, Nonini alikuwa amekatch kiasi kwa Twitter, but at least he's acknowledged that my point was just you need to mentor more, and he said he's going to push more. He said he's going to push more.
2019 we are not catching feelings. Tunaambiwa umekosea, unasema sawa, tufanye songe mbele.